Hello.
Hello.
Today we have invited Professor Emanuel Yi Pastreich, and the topic that we want to discuss is about the odd relationship between the Moon administration and Trump administration.
Right.
So, Mr. Pastreich, I would like to really pose several questions to you. First of all, President Moon's special envoy, Mr. Hong Seok-hyun, chairman of Jong-un Media and former Korean ambassador to Washington, D.C., has just returned from a trip to Washington, D.C., as you know, where he met with President Donald Trump and delivered a letter from President Moon. Mr. Hong also met with Senator John McCain to discuss the SAT issue, especially the cost of the installation of the system. How should we read the recent development of relationship between the Moon and Trump administration, in your own words?
Yes, well, the closeness between the two administrations is somewhat unexpected. We anticipated major conflict from the beginning because of the Trump administration's tough line toward North Korea and also the threats towards China from the Secretary of State Tillerson. But President Trump has a lot of domestic issues to contend with, and perhaps he may even think that North Korea could be a breakthrough that might help him politically, save him. Finally, he's been plunged into the Middle East with his new Saudi-Israel engagement and Middle East NATO concept. So he may be very busy for a while. So I interpret the interview, the fact that he had time to meet with Ambassador Hong at all, is a very positive, because he's not meeting a lot of people these days.
I see. So my next question is, after the summit meeting between the President Trump and President Xi Jinping at Mar-a-Lago,
Right.
the U.S. demanded that China play a role by pressuring North Korea and taking economic measures that resolve the North Korean nuclear missile issue.
Right.
So President Xi asked that President Trump would give him about 100 days to come up with a solution. So how do you think President Xi intends to solve this issue now that we have a new president in Seoul who is committed to engagement?
Well, no doubt President Xi is very relieved to have President Moon here in Seoul. And I don't think that President Xi really believed that he could make North Korea give up its nuclear program just through economic sanctions. Actually, no one believes that that's possible. The question right now is whether Presidents Xi and President Moon, who have a lot in common and similar personalities, whether they'll be able to put their heads together and come up with a convincing vision for what's possible in the region in East Asia. I think, as I mentioned before, President Trump is going to be too busy. He's facing a lot of political challenges at every level. The Middle East is a very serious problem. Europe is a serious problem for him. Mexico is a serious problem. Even Canada. So I'm not sure he's going to be spending so much time working on the details of the East Asian integration.
I see. So there's so much.
And we don't have an ambassador. We don't have an American ambassador in Seoul, which I think is a very, very serious problem. President Trump has no Asia experts around him, something which I think is a very serious challenge for us.
Okay, I understand that the Asia Institute recently hosted a well-known Korean watcher in Washington, D.C., Mr. Stephen Costello.
Right.
He served as a very important researcher at the think tank at Washington, D.C., and he delivered talks at the National Assembly and elsewhere while he was in Korea.
Right.
So he was an important leader in the political decision during the President Kim Dae-jung era and continues to play a vital role there. So what was the key message that he wished to deliver?
Well, Stephen Costello, I think the main message, and I was there for his talk at the National Assembly, was that the Moon administration should go forward with confidence. Whatever frightening things you may hear from Donald Trump or others, that the Trump administration right now is not really equipped to make policy in Asia. And if the Moon administration has the imagination and the willingness or the strength of character to put forth a vision, and I think if it can explain it, articulate it in a way that Trump can understand, right? That this is a moment when Korea could be in a very strong position within both the U.S.-Korea relationship and also its global position. However, that will require an extremely sophisticated diplomacy. It's not something that's going to be easy to do, and we don't know yet whether President Moon and his team are at that level in terms of their strategic thinking.
I see. So it comes to my last question.
Yes.
As you know that there is a big political scandal brewing in the U.S. since the President Trump dismissed the director of the FBI, James Comey,
Right.
who was investigating him.
Correct.
Because of the Russian
Right.
issue.
Another thing.
So many are drawing parallels to Nixon in the Watergate scandal. So what is your opinion and what is the talk among the Washington think tank folks? Is impeachment a real possibility, and if so, what impact will have on Korea, in your own words?
Right. Well, in terms of actual impeachment, I think we still don't know how far it would progress. If we're talking about political crisis, serious political crisis in Washington, D.C., I think it's already started, it's guaranteed. And it's whether it's impeachment or something else, I think we can imagine the high probability of a level of political crisis and conflict that the United States government would maybe not function properly, in which the United States would not be able to articulate and implement foreign policy, and in which we'd have people making decisions who know very little about Asia, about Korea, China, Japan. So I think the crisis is real. Whether it will actually, in Korea, in the way we have in Korea, actually follow impeachment and proper procedure, I'm not as optimistic about that. I think it may be something more drawn out and more complex.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Pastreich. It's been wonderful to have you here, and it has been very good insight for our audience at Edu News Corporation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.